Hello folks, my name's John Oakes and I am here with Hankster's Hot Rods and out of our Homer City, Pennsylvania location today. And again, as I always come to you with another addition to our inventory. Very nice car that we have sitting here for you here today to go over. This is a 1969 Pontiac Firebird. Now we don't get the Firebirds a whole lot. We more so get a lot of the Camaros and so forth, the first generation. So it's really nice whenever we do get a hold of one of these Firebirds here, and especially one that's in such good condition as what this particular vehicle is here. We're going to go ahead and start going around this car for you, kind of just try to point out you know, anything that we really think that we need to give you information on there, and let you kind of enjoy the photos and the videos. And if you've got any questions afterwards, obviously jump on our website at www.hanksters.com or shoot us a phone call, email, or text with any of your questions that you may have for us. So again, 1969 Pontiac Firebird. Now I'm going to call this orange, but again, I think the correct color when it came to Pontiac back in the day was Carousel red. But anyways, that is the color on the car. The paint on this car looks really, really good all the way around. As you can see, it does have the 400 Ram Air hood on it, which again, this is all steel and all fits very good. All your gaps and such are in really good condition here. So again, the 400 emblems up on the scoops. You also have the Ram Air decals on those scoops right behind the 400 emblem there. The other thing that you see on the Pontiacs that you don't see a whole lot of on any other car would be the hood mounted tacks. You get these a lot like on the GTOs, even the Firebirds. This is all here, it is hooked up, and it does work. So again, your hood mounted tack all functional. As we look down at the front fenders, we've got our Firebird emblems here that are in excellent condition here. You can see the chrome on them, the white inside, all very nice on those. You can actually see two up here on our nose here. You've got all those rubber gaskets that the Pontiacs always used on these. These are all in great shape. So as far as bright work on this car, we do have our wheel lip moldings here, which are in great condition. You've got the wheels with the trim rings and the center caps, which all are in great shape. And then of course you've got all of your trim pieces and moldings around your windshield and all your windows, like your drip rail moldings and such. Again, all of this is in excellent condition on this car. Wheels and tires, we'll go over those next. As you can see, these would be like your factory OE rally wheels for the Pontiac. So again, you see the painted centers, those center caps, which are correct, and this trim rings. The tires themselves, a nice set of BF Goodrich radial TAs. The size on these, I want to say, let me see if I can find it real quick for you, 245/60 R14s. And yes, 14s, that's the size of the wheel all the way around on this car, even the backs there. And the tire size on the back is the same as well. As far as our panel fitment and alignment, you can see the gaps to the front of the door here and to the back. Those gaps not too bad here in this particular car. Elevations are dead on the car, and body lines all line up very well. Mirrors, that's another part of our bright work. Nice chrome mirrors on both the driver and the passenger side. They are the square or rectangular shape. The glass on these is in great condition. The chrome is in great shape too. As you can see, our side windows here, they are slightly tinted. No chips or cracks on any of the glass here. It all looks good. Even your chrome door handles here are in excellent condition, showing no pitting whatsoever. Let's open our door up, take a look at our interior next. So the interior on this car, all black vinyl, so you get your vinyl upholstery on the seats. You've got the buckets up front with the headrest, of course your bench seat in the back, full length center console, and it does have that wood grain trim that the Pontiacs utilize. Your dash, that's going to be factory dash with factory instrumentation. The dash pad itself, there's no cracks in any of that. It does have an AM/FM radio in it, and a along with the factory gauges, it also has 4 aftermarket gauges in there. Those are going to include your water temperature, oil pressure, voltmeter, and yes, it does have a tach in it as well. Door panels are all in great condition on this car. Armrests themselves are in great shape. It has seat belts in the front only. They are retractable, and the shoulder belt is also still present here along the headliner of the car. There they have the clips where those mount into whenever you're not using those. All of your weather stripping up around the top of the glass here, your seals down your quarter window, your door jamb U seals, and then all of your weather stripping around the doors here. Again, all in great shape. They're practically new. There's no rips or chunks taken out of them. All solid, and again, it's going to keep all that outside weather outside and not let it inside. We close our door. It shuts really easy. Again, nice tight fitting door there. The other thing is you have that bright work along the rocker panel of the car there too. So again, everything's nice and straight on this car, polished up, very nice. That's the other thing. As we get to the back of the car, you can always look down the sides of these. We don't buy cars that are ripply down the sides. These things are nice and straight all the way, front to back and back to front again. You won't find any ripples there. As far as our rear glass goes, it's in great condition too. No chips or cracks. All of your bright work, your molding and so forth around the window, that is all in great shape. Of course, our trunk lid fits very well. Gaps and elevations on that are in really good shape. You can see also our Pontiac Firebird has that trunk wing on it. Very nice look for these cars here, I thought. Does have a Hearst equipped badge on the one side of the trunk. Of course, it's got your 400 badging back here on the trunk also. Your taillight bezels and lenses all in great shape. No cracks or chips in any of those. Chrome rear bumper is in excellent condition. And of course, you've got the Pontiac here right on the tail panel, along with your actual little Firebird emblem there that goes right around your actual trunk lock. Now, speaking of trunk lock, we'll go ahead and open that up and show you how nice the inside of this trunk looks too. So as we raise that up, of course, you're going to notice that the underside of the trunk is all done the same color as the rest of the car. Your trunk weather stripping and seals, that is all in great shape here. Looks practically new, meets right together here in the center. Obviously, the key worked in the lock. Your latch works perfect. Inside of the trunk, now the trunk floor itself, I'm not going to lift this. Sometimes these trunk mats can be a pain to get laid back down, but it is all good and solid underneath here. You'll see that we have the sticker up here on the trunk lid. Very nice looking trunk mat. A spare tire cover in here along with, yes, a spare tire is in here. And there is a jack, which is the old style bumper jack, along with your wheel lug wrench there too. So this thing is complete all the way around. It just really nothing here that jumps out at you other than the fact that this is just a very nice overall car. So we'll close this up next. And then that rear bumper too. Beautiful chrome on that bumper. There's no pitting, no scratching. Everything looks new on this car. As we come around the passenger side, again, I always kind of point out passenger side is just as straight from front to back as what the driver's side was. Of course, on these Firebirds, they always used kind of the, for your side marker lights, they always put the actual Firebird emblem on there too, which is a nice little touch that makes them different from like their Camaro counterpart. But anyways, those are in great shape. Again, you'll see the condition of the wheels and tires here. Those drip rail moldings there on this side, once again, nicely polished and again, smooth and straight. Your actual rain gutter, I don't feel any bubbles or anything in there. It is nice and smooth all the way around. Glass is in great shape again. Your door gaps, you can see those front and back. Elevations match up really good on this car. Let's go ahead ahead now, open it up so you can get to see it from the passenger side. So again, same thing as the other side. We just get to see it from both sides here now, so you can see that there are no surprises here. Again, no rips or tears in any of the seat upholstery. Carpeting is in great shape. There's no rips, tears, or even fading or any discoloration whatsoever in the carpet. Everything looks really good. Door sill threshold plates, those are in great shape. The door panel on this side and the armrest on this side, again, all in excellent condition. So we'll go ahead and close this side up. Again, shuts nice and easy. There's that matching mirror. You do have the fender mounted antenna here on the passenger side. Then we come around to the front, the matching emblems and so forth. So now that we've made it all the way around the car here, we're now at the front. So here's another difference, I guess, you'll see from the Camaro counterpart. And that is, of course, you know, your Firebird, you had your quad lights up here. So you had your high and low beams. Again, glass, you know, sealed beam units here, no chips or cracks in any of those. The Firebirds, you had this chrome grill here, or beak on the Firebird here. It just gives it a unique look, and the chrome on this, the finish on it is in excellent shape. Of course, you had your Pontiac arrowhead up here too. Again, just overall, this car is just fantastic. The grills in there are in great shape too. Of course, you've got your license plate mount down there, your parking lights down below, turn signals. Like I said, just overall a very nice car. Now you can kind of see that hood. You can get that ram air hood there from the front and see those scoops on there as well. The windshield, it's in great shape. And again, even they've gone so far as to put a very nice set of wipers on here and a good set of wiper blades. All of that just kind of just finishes off the car. So what we'll do next is let's go ahead and open our hood up. That way we can kind of go over the engine and a little bit about the driveline before we put it up in the air to go underneath it. So as far as this goes, the engine compartment itself, the underside of the hood done black, the engine compartment all done black and very nice. You've got these chrome fender braces here, which are in great shape. The engine itself, now this is in fact a 400 cubic inch Pontiac engine. However, it is not the numbers match motor though, but it is done up in a way that looks factory, looks OE. It's a great looking motor and a great running motor too. This car has the original style air cleaner on it. You've got the chrome lid on top. Underneath, I'm gonna say, it looks like it's got the Quadrajet carburetor on there. That's usually what these Pontiacs had on them, 4-barrel carburetor. You've got a nice set of chrome valve covers there. It also has the cast intake, the heads, the intake, the block, all painted the color that it should have been from the factory. So just a real nice looking engine. They tried to make everything look as stock, as OE as possible, yet just giving it a little bit there with the chrome valve covers and such. Now they have gone ahead and added in this aluminum radiator. Now those of us who know the aluminum radiators cool a lot better than say your stock radiators. So again, this is going to be an upgrade for you. It does have the shroud and it does have one of the flex light fan blades per se on there. It's been also upgraded to the HEI ignition with a good set of MSD plug wires. These are the street fire wires from MSD. So those are going to help deliver that spark to that engine. Now as far as what's behind this motor, it does have the 200R4 automatic transmission, and then it does have a 10-bolt GM rear end in it. It's a 308 gear with a POSI unit in there. So again, this whole driveline is going to be very, very good for you. Not to mention, it does have power brakes and power steering also. So it's going to run great, it's going to handle great, and it's going to stop great with having the power brakes, and they are disc up front, by the way. So with that said, that's pretty much it for our exterior walk around of the car. Gave you a little bit of information there on the drive line, which now we'll go ahead underneath the car, show you it from the underside, which again, you're going to be just as thrilled with the underside as what you are with the top side here on this car. Now, if by chance you're watching this video and let's say you're looking at this car and you're like, well, that would be a great car. The only thing is it doesn't have air conditioning. Well, if you give us a call, shoot us an email, or send us a text, let us know what those accessories are that you may be looking for and wanting to add to a car like this. We'll be more than happy to go to work for you and get you a quote as far as the parts and the labor go to install any accessories and parts that you may want to have done on them. We can do a whole host of different things. You just need to kind of reach out to us and let us know what it is you're looking for, and we can gladly let you know if it is something we can do and how much it would cost to do it for you. Also, keep in mind that with our retail price on our advertising there, our full retail price does include enclosed shipping to anywhere within the 48 contiguous states of the United States of America. And it also includes our Hankster's 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty. And what that entails is anything motor, transmission, and rear end as far as internally lubricated parts within those 3 specific areas of the car. If you have any issues whatsoever, just reach out to us there. Again, that's if you get the warranty, just reach out to us and we'll definitely walk you through the process there and help you through all of that. But with that said, we're all done with the exterior now. Let's go ahead underneath the car, show you what we have for the floors, the frame, drive line, everything that we can see underneath there. Okay, so here we go again, folks, underneath our car here. This is a 69 Pontiac Firebird. So we're gonna continue with our video here, going through the complete underside of this car. Again, just kind of going over exactly what all we have underneath here as far as drivetrain, running gear, as far as the steering, the brakes, all of that stuff. And then obviously the frame and the floors that we are seeing underneath here. So first and foremost, we have our stock cross member here, which is in good condition here, nice and straight here. It does have a sway bar on the front end of this car here for the steering and suspension. The control arms, these are going to be just your stock stamped steel components. So upper, lower control arms, all stock. Ball joints on both the upper and lower control arms are all in good shape. Bushings and so forth have all been gone through and made sure that they are all good as well. Along with the sway bar, all of your bushings at the frame and at your sway bar end links, all of those are in great condition as well. And then the shocks and springs, those are in good condition. Shocks, all of your mounting hardware, the bushings on the shocks and so forth, those are all good. Tie rod ends, drag length, pitman arm, and tie rods themselves are all in great shape. All of those tie rod ends and so forth, they have been checked over, greased, and maintained as they should be. And then as far as our brakes here, we do have power brakes. It is disc up front, drums out on the rear. We'll get to those here as we move back through the car. As far as the steering goes, it is also power steering as well. So with everything you see here, the sway bar and so forth, it's going to steer very nice. It's going to stop very nice too with the power disc brakes up front. As far as our wheels and tires go here for this Pontiac Firebird, you can see here we've got the factory rally style wheel here for the Firebird. It's got the painted centers there, got the correct center caps on them, and it does have the beauty rings on them as well. BF Goodrich radial TA tires on all 4 corners, and they're all the same size. These are 245, let's make sure here, 245/60 R14s, and yes, those are 14-inch wheels on all 4 corners. Back to the center of the car here, we're going to go over the drivetrain now, starting with the motor. This is a Pontiac 400 cubic inch engine here, and it is coupled to a 200 R4 automatic transmission. The oil pan itself, as well as the trans pan, are all dry, free from any leaks or drips here that we can see. Even the drain plug on the oil pan is nice and dry. We also have the flywheel cover, the flywheel and torque converter cover here. That's going to keep dirt and debris away from that flywheel. As far as the exhaust that we can see hanging down here, this is dual exhaust, as you can see, all the way back. It does start at the manifolds up on the engine there, all the way back to a nice set of Magnaflow mufflers, and then it does have the correct style tailpipes that have those dual outlets on each tailpipe back there, and we'll show you those as we get back there. As far as the frame and the floors go in this car looks excellent underneath here. The frame rails are nice and straight. The actual body mount bolts and bushings, there's no cracks or anything in any of those. They're not overly tightened or anything. Everything looks good here as far as that. The floors themselves, those look great too. I'm looking for any kind of patching or so forth, and I really don't see anything. Everything looks good and solid underneath here. Obviously, you can see it's all the correct metal. You can see all your stamping lines and marks. All the drain plugs and so forth are all where they should be. Our pinch welds on either side of the car, nice and straight, and the rockers on both sides of the cars are good and solid all the way through. We do have, looks to be an aftermarket transmission cross member here, and mount, but it all looks to be in great shape. I'm trying to think, those are bolt in, and then the actual mount itself obviously bolts to the tail of the transmission. Everything there is in great condition there. All of your hardware to the mounting hardware is in great shape. The output shaft seal in the transmission, nice and dry there too. No leaks or drips there. Drive shaft itself, that is going to be a balanced unit there. It's going to help eliminate any driveline vibration, as I always tell you on that fact. It also has all of your emergency brake cables and such all hooked up, plumbed, and all functional on that emergency brake. As we come back a little bit further here now, we'll go ahead and talk about the rear end on the car, and the rear suspension and braking and such. So the rear end itself is a GM 10-bolt rear. It's the Big 10, which means it's got the 8.5-inch ring gear in it, 308 gear, and it is a POSI unit in that rear end, that differential. As far as the rear suspension, multi-leaf rear suspension back here. Nice set of, looks like KYB gas adjust shocks, it looks like, that I'm seeing here. Bushings, mounting hardware, everything, again, as I always go over, that is all in good condition on this car. Again, brakes back here are drum brakes. The wheels, again, like I said, they're going to be all the same stuff, but we can take a look at the wheel and tire combination here that we have. So again, it's just your Pontiac rally wheels with the center caps and the trim rings or beauty rings, the BF Goodrich radial TAs here, and the 245/60 R14 size. And then once again, just to finish things out back here, as we look up here, nice set of tailpipes up over top of the rear end housing. As I mentioned, you've got those like the dual tips on both sides here that exit out between the leaf spring and the rear quarter panel. And as we look up here, it's almost like looking in a mirror here, a nice highly polished fuel tank back here. No dents or dings in this thing, not a mark on it, looks great. Straps, mounting hardware, all the rubbers and so forth, all of it is in great condition on this car. So that is pretty much it for our 69 Pontiac Firebird. What we're going to do now is, as we always do, we'll go ahead and lower this down, open up the hood, fire that Pontiac 400 motor up, let you hear what that motor along with this exhaust and those Magnaflow mufflers all sound like.